You've probably heard it a million times. We all know that drinking alcohol causes you to pack on some additional pounds. Alcohol is pretty unforgiving in this area. When I was drinking, I slowly let my fitness slip. I put on weight, I lost muscle, and I just didn't take very good care of myself. But the good news is that I certainly recovered once I got sober. So today I want to share with you my experience with weight loss and alcohol. We'll be looking at how alcohol can cause you to pack on extra body weight, as well as how stopping drinking can lead to weight loss. Guys, at the end of the video, I'm going to share 2 amazing resources to help you on your journey to getting sober, so do make sure to stay tuned to the very end. So guys, just before we get into the video, hello, my name is Leon Sylvester. Before I got sober, I was the type of guy that had tried everything. I tried AA, I tried willpower, and no matter what I did, nothing worked. The good news is I've been sharing my story and I've been sharing the way that I got sober on this YouTube channel, so if you are new here, do make sure to hit subscribe. Now, just before we get into the video, I want to mention that I do have a couple of spaces open for the SOBERCLEAR coaching program. That's where I'll personally guide you to living your best life without alcohol. This coaching is designed for people who have tried to stop with AA or willpower and they weren't successful for whatever reason. You can apply for a free consultation by clicking the link below this video. Myself or someone from my team will review your application, and if you have been successful, we will jump on a consultation call to see if you're a good fit for the program. So first, let's look at my story with stopping drinking and weight loss. The first time that I stopped drinking for an extended period of time, I was relatively fit. I felt healthy, my body fat was low, and my energy levels were fantastic. However, for those of you that know my story, the first time I stopped drinking, I did it with sheer willpower, just white knuckling it. Eventually, my willpower did run out, and I started drinking again. I put on weight, my fitness levels soon diminished, I started feeling sluggish again, my strength deteriorated, and I just wasn't looking my best. But the good news is now that I've stopped drinking, I have lost the added body fat, and I feel awesome again. Just let me know in the comments below if you have lost weight since stopping drinking. So how many calories are in an alcoholic drink? Well, firstly, alcohol contains calories. So by drinking alcohol, you're increasing your caloric intake. If you consistently go over your maintenance calories, or the number of calories that you require to maintain your current body weight, you will unfortunately put on weight. So that means by drinking alcohol over prolonged periods of time, it can lead to slow and steady weight gain. Now, interestingly, alcohol is actually one of 4 macronutrients. Yep, you heard that right. Alcohol is a macronutrient, just like protein, fats, and carbohydrates. That's pretty interesting. Now, however, because alcohol is totally unnecessary for our survival, it is rarely mentioned in any fitness apps, calorie calculators, and so on. Alcohol is actually the second highest macronutrient, containing 7 calories per gram. Just for reference, fat contains 9 calories per gram, and protein and carbohydrates both contain 4 calories per gram. So according to the NHS, a 175 milliliter glass of 12% wine contains 133 calories, a pint of 5% beer contains 239 calories, a 330 milliliter bottle of 4% alcohol contains 172 calories, and a double measure of gin contains 95 calories. Some drinks and cocktails can contain a lot more calories, anywhere up to 500 calories per drink, depending on how much sugar and mixers are added to them. So, in other words, we know that there are a bunch of calories in alcoholic beverages. Are alcohol calories the same as food calories? I know exactly what you're thinking. If you're trying to lose weight, then why don't you just count the calories of your drinks and then use that to see how much you are consuming each day? Now guys, don't be confused. Just because alcohol is a macronutrient doesn't mean that it's used effectively for energy throughout the body. The body does not see alcohol the same way that it sees protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Alcohol is a toxin. To be scientific, alcohol is ethanol. If pure ethanol is consumed, it's very likely to lead to coma and death, and that isn't a scare tactic, by the way, that is a fact. When we put a toxin into our bodies prioritize on removing the toxin. Normal digestion takes place in the intestines, and alcohol is metabolized through the liver. So your liver has to work extra hard on metabolizing alcohol instead of the nutritious food that you ate throughout the day. In other words, alcohol is not the same as food calories. Your body isn't designed to use this poison as fuel. How else can alcohol influence weight? Well, it's not just the direct calories consumed from alcohol that can cause you to add on weight. We also have to take calories consumed whilst under the influence into consideration. A study published in the Appetite Journal concluded that even moderate alcohol consumption increases your appetite for high-calorie foods. On average, those that drank just half a shot of alcohol ate 11% more than people who abstained from alcohol. This could add up to a very slow, steady weight gain, even for a light drinker. Well, what about if you're not a light drinker? What happens if you drink more regularly or even if you binge drink? Well, I'll talk about from my own experience, because when I was drinking, I was not eating 11% more calories as the study concluded. I ate a lot more, way more than 11%. That being said, when I drank alcohol, I'd still kind of maintain some kind of gym routine. It wasn't as consistent as I liked, but I still tried to keep relatively fit. And I'd still try to eat healthily on most days. However, it was the days where I drank alcohol, my inhibitions just went right out the window. Not only would I eat thousands of calories of fatty food, but I'd probably never go to the gym hungover. And as I slipped further into the alcohol trap, the habit of going to the gym and eating healthily just slowly disappeared. I started missing workouts, started drinking more regularly, and I stopped paying attention to what I was eating. I ended up getting quite out of shape. Considering I was running a thriving personal training business and had excellent fitness levels in the past, I knew that this was not good at all. And as a result of the lack of exercise and the increased weight gain, my energy levels soon dipped. My confidence was decreasing and I felt increases in anxiety and depression. This is the thing with alcohol and weight loss. It's a bit like the boiling frog analogy. At first, things aren't so bad. Life seems normal and manageable, but you slowly boil away without even realizing it. Before you know it, you've put on weight, your energy sucks, and you are desperate to change. So if you were thinking of stopping drinking for weight loss, I'd say it's an excellent decision. Not just for the immediate gains of losing body fat, but also to increase the positive effects of being a healthy body weight, such as the energy, the clarity, and the self-confidence. So how exactly are weight loss and stopping drinking connected? A member of the SOBERCLEAR community lost around 40 pounds of body weight. She said, after getting sober, I changed my diet due to acid reflux issues. One thing I noticed was that it was much easier to follow the diet after stopping drinking. I stopped self-sabotaging and giving in because my inhibitions were low. I decided to stop drinking for 2 months before focusing on my eating habits because too much too soon can become overwhelming. So, she was able to maintain a healthier diet overall. So what kind of benefits can you see from stopping drinking and losing weight? Well, the first thing is eating less food overall. The first thing is you could eat less food overall. Now, as mentioned in the Appetite Journal before, you just could end up eating less. Those that drank just half a shot ate 11% more calories, and moderate drinkers were 25% more likely to order something savoury such as salty fries. I definitely eat much less now that I've stopped drinking, and many other members of the SOBERCLEAR community also pointed this out. So it ends up being like a double attack. You eat fewer calories in food and you stop consuming calories found in alcoholic beverages. It's a win-win. The second thing is you have better sleep, leading to more energy. A study published in the Nutrition and Diabetes Journal looked into food, alcohol intake, and sleep in obese individuals. Short sleep and weight gain are inversely related. In other words, short sleep can cause weight gain. And the study concluded that alcohol consumption disrupts sleep. In other words, the more you drink, the less you sleep, the more you eat. From personal experience, science is kind of stating the obvious. When you are well rested, it is much easier to eat healthily as well as having the physical energy required to exercise. And it's much easier to resist bad foods when you aren't tired. On the contrary, after a bad night's sleep, it's very easy to succumb to fatty foods. The third thing you can expect are fewer food cravings. Another study in the Nature Communications Journal revealed that alcohol can paradoxically sustain brain starvation signals, despite it being calorie dense. This means that alcohol causes food cravings. So it goes without saying that stopping drinking decreases food cravings, leading to less overeating. A lot of the SOBERCLEAR communities talk about an increase in sugar cravings immediately after stopping drinking. So many choose to get over the first few weeks or months of being sober without worrying too much about food. However, eventually the sugar cravings subside and eating healthy can become more straightforward. So you can expect fewer food cravings after stopping drinking. The fourth thing is improved digestion. Finally, alcohol consumption can negatively affect digestion. This can lead to heartburn and impaired gastric acid secretion. Alcohol can contribute to diarrhea, and it can also inhibit the absorption of nutrients and damage the liver. When you stop drinking, you become better at breaking down ingested food. Whilst this may not be something that you directly notice, there's no denying that your insides will be thanking you. Now, the big question that we wanted to answer in this video is, should you stop drinking for weight loss? Well, it's a question that only you can answer. If you suspect that you have put on weight because your drinking is getting out of control, then stopping drinking for weight loss is something definitely worth considering. In the SOBERCLEAR community, there were 96 comments when I asked people, how much weight have you lost since stopping drinking? That's a lot of people that have lost weight from stopping. And it's not just the members of the SOBERCLEAR community, it's tens of thousands of other ex-drinkers. This is one of the biggest benefits that people talk about when they get sober. There is no doubt about it. When you stop drinking, the odds of weight loss are massively in your favor. However, it's down to you to weigh up the pros and cons of drinking alcohol versus losing weight and feeling fit and healthy. I'm biased because I know that alcohol gives me absolutely nothing, and I'm not talking about a slight benefit. I know for a fact that alcohol gives me nothing, and I've seen both sides of the equation. I know what it's like to drink regularly and be overweight, and I know what it's like to be in good shape and be sober. It's a no-brainer. I choose to be sober any day of the week. It's radically transformed my life, and it's been one of the most enjoyable things that I've ever done. But the problem is that you still think alcohol gives you confidence, charm, and all the other lies marketed by the alcohol corporations, then you're going to be in a difficult position from the get-go. So, as promised, I wanted to share some resources with you guys. The first resource is to book a consultation call to see if you're a good fit for the SOBERCLEAR coaching program. And the second option is to look at the free training that I put together. This talks about the 3 biggest secrets to making stopping drinking effortless and enjoyable. I've also put a link to that in the description below. And guys, if you want to learn more about my story or some of the benefits that I have found to stopping drinking, then click the videos on the screen now.